The price of your home, a ray of light? There are new signs tonight that after 6 long years, the foreclosure crisis may be ending. At its peak, 367,000 homes in foreclosure, but today less than half that. And ABC's David Muir is here with the news for your neighborhood. David.
It's about time, right, Diane? This is a huge drop tonight in foreclosures across the country. Home values on the rise, the housing market slowly recovering. And tonight, what we didn't know, what's suddenly driving that drop in foreclosures. It is a stunning drop in foreclosures. The number of treasured homes slipping away from American families, dropping to its lowest level in 6 years. Down 28% across the nation from a year ago. Foreclosures down an eye-popping 65% in California. And it turns out a new law in California is helping to boost those housing numbers across the country tonight. Susie Orman, quick to point out to us today, the banks there pushed to do something else, to finally allow homeowners to avoid foreclosure with what's called a short sale. Here's how it works.
You owe $200,000 to the bank on your mortgage, but your house is only worth $150,000.
Only worth $150,000, and the bank's finally allowing you to sell it for that. Are you still left owing that 50 grand though?
You're not still left. They wipe it off the board.
The change comes too late, though, for Stephanie Walker. She and her husband Bob, right before the collapse, sold their property, used the profits to buy bigger, what so many did. Then the crash. They lost work. They lost their house. They moved back home with their parents in Chicago, documenting it all in her blog, Love in the Time of Foreclosure.
Hi, David. Welcome to our home.
But tonight, reporting into World News, they're back on solid ground and back in California.
This is my favorite room in the house.
This time, renting. But she admits those historically low mortgage rates are so tempting.
That is where you get yourself into trouble. In fact, the other day I saw an open house sign and I thought, oh, I kind of want to see that house. I want to see what it looks like inside. And Bob, my husband, said, no.
He said, keep driving.
Yes, exactly.
This way.
Passing an open house, even in this improving housing market. What Susie says is smart. What would you say to Stephanie tonight about the lesson learned in all this?
I would say live below your means, but within your needs. If you can afford to buy a 3,000 square foot home now, buy a 2,000 square foot home.
What do you make of her advice?
I think it's brilliant advice. It's hard, though, I think. It's really hard.
Hard, but Stephanie and her family are trying. Susie says that young family's so smart to finish paying down their debt, to rent, and watch this market come back a little longer before they act. She says for families who do have solid jobs and have saved enough, Diane, a much different story because mortgage rates, we saw this again today, a new report at historic lows. It is a good time to buy if everything else is in place for you.